It's like a robot face looking
It is.
at you.
Looks like it's like a factory where we're going to have Portal 3, right? Welcome to Metropolis, the site of game number 2, where we see Liquid Sheth in the top center from Florida in the USA. He is the purple Zerg that will be facing off against Dignitas Bischu in the bottom left, the yellow Protoss.
Oh, I'm sorry.
From Sweden.
Yes. Completely dazed for a second.
Were you enamored by the purpleness of Sheth's Zerg?
Oh, never mind. I was actually thinking...
Thinking about gas.
I was thinking about
What were you...
I was thinking about his build.
I'm going to start calling you Gastorp.
Dude, gas timings are all that matters in this game. I'm telling you. Gas timings are the most important things.
Oh, Bischu. We see something that we don't see every day in a PvZ match.
Certainly not.
We see a gateway expand. Very, very curious.
It's most likely going to be double assimilator. Now, he could throw us a huge wrench into the... What do you throw wrenches into?
Into
wheel?
I don't know. I don't throw my wrenches into anything.
Whatever. I forgot the saying now.
But I do throw it at my students because if they can dodge a wrench, they can dodge a ball. Right? Is that the saying?
Yes.
Is it necessary? I don't know, man. Is it necessary to drink my own urine? No, I'm just quoting lines from the movie. I'm not that crazy, guys.
Oh my god. How sick is that? Yeah, this might actually be 4-gate. Wah wah wah.
Is it? Is he faking expansion? But I mean, Sheth sees everything too with his Overlord.
He does.
Man, how sick would it be to see a 4-gate?
It's not going to be a 4-gate.
Well, he is getting enough for Warp Gate at this point.
Yes, sir.
And he's going to expand. This is really cool. So this is the variant of the Gateway expand that we've been teased by, that Bischu likes to play. And honestly, it's to take advantage of the passivity from Zerg, but that's because you're assuming that Zerg isn't really going for gas early on when Sheth does have gas. So that throws another wrench into things.
Yeah, you normally have to get Metabolic Boost out as soon as possible. Metabolic Boost, or rather Zerglings, is the way you actually defeat a lot of these 4-gates, and it's because Zerglings are actually a lot more hardy than Roaches in the earlier game stages when +1 attack doesn't exist. That +1 attack allows Zealots to two-shot all the Zerglings. Because you know that the Forge isn't up, you don't have to worry about stuff like that.
Yeah, well, we'll see how Bischu chooses to follow up at this point. 2 more gates and a second gas. Sheth, starting speed, gets full information of his opponent.
And sees the gas timings, too. That's so sick.
GG.
GG. Sheth wins. Game 3. Go, go.
It's very cool to see how precise both of them are with their gas timings. Like, Bischu took his probes off when he had about 50, 60 gas so he can get Warp Gate, and then starts collecting later after he gets his Nexus down. Those are the small things. Same thing with Sheth, getting 100 gas just for speed and being able to take it off from that point on. Very precise playing. You can tell both players are still on top of their game. Yeah,
I would love to actually go into a dissertation about that, but people actually didn't sign up for that.
I'm imagining Andre like applying for his PhD. And it's like the effects of Vespene gas on win rates in StarCraft 2.
I would love
They're like, Andre, we don't actually have PhDs for that.
I would love to. I'd make my own PhD. A little bit of probe pull, very nicely done by Sheth. I mean, only using 2 Zerglings, basically. Getting his money worth, not only seeing the gas timings, taking out 2 probes
for 2 Zerglings.
Wah, wah, woo, wah.
I would take that trade every time.
Every time. Now, there is a potential Warp Gate timing coming in right now. Actually, Warp Gate is finished already, and he already has 3 gateways out, so he can do a little bit of pressure on this 3rd base over here. Sheth has not spotted out this pylon. So right now, anything can happen, but we'll see. Oh, there it is. 3 Zealots will warp in. Now, he's going to wait. He should wait until he actually gets a little bit more with this so he can take out this 3rd base. Once he gets, I would say, at least 6 Zealots he can actually push out. I would actually wait until 9. That's me. I'm not a pro gamer. I'm just little old Gretorp.
Yeah, but the big thing is that these Zealots don't cost gas, so I guess he doesn't have to worry about that. But you can see that 3 more Zealots will be warped in immediately by Bischu. Oh, Queen nonchalantly walking by.
Oh, no.
Oh, and an immediate surround by Bischu. Great heads-up play from our Protoss player. Now Sheth says, well, This is awkward.
Look at where his Zerglings are, dude. I mean, his Zerglings are across the map.
Yeah.
What can he actually do about this? Third base goes down. Bischu taking a glorious advantage in game number 3 now. And look at that. He's going to add on a couple more Zealots. Now, what would be awesome, which is very, very likely, is these Zealots actually get out of here alive. That would be so cool. Yeah. He doesn't actually want to engage on those Broodlings, but nope, too many Zerglings.
Yeah, too many Zerglings. Sheth is going to make them pay. But the Zealots screaming, totally worth it, as they die and fade into obscurity.
Yeah, that was
it is. Actually, I think it is worth it in that case.
That was a great suicide. Yeah. In Dodo, we would say that would be a success. Hands down. LOL, you would say that was a great dive.
Wow. Bischu going up to 8 gates, and he has 2 Immortals out. I thought he was going to squeeze out a 3rd Immortal, but he's going to go for a War Prism directly. Oh, he's only on 37 probes and 2 gases.
Oh, gosh. Okay, so...
Wow.
Oh, God. Sheth. Okay, he's taking now 9-minute gases. There's no way that he will be able to materialize those for this upcoming pressure.
Yeah. Sheth knows.
Oh, wait. Okay, I thought it was, for some reason, I thought it was going to be 8-gate, 3 Immortal, like, just walk up and push. It's not. It's going to be this drop play, which is still going to be so deadly.
It's still pretty cool, man, to see War Prism drops utilized, not just in PvP, but PvZ. I know, who was it, man, that was doing this drop a lot? I think it was Lobber, that's right. This guy that wanted to go pro. And he was trying to really make one base Immortal drops work, but it felt very all-in-ish. But the idea is that War Prisms just take advantage of the lack of early anti-air from Zerg. And if you can really utilize War Prism micro like this, you might be able to do some really cool, neat things. Bischu trying to utilize his impressive micro. He needs to pick up the Immortals. Is he leaving the Immortals there? Oh, he's got a lot of Zealots. Oh my goodness.
Not only that, his Warp Person almost died there, so he had to. The Queens were just doing way too good of a job. Another Warpin should come in here, and what does his opponent have? Sheth really doesn't have anything much, but wow, nice actually picking off one of the Immortals, but still look at that big Warpin, and it's Stalkers. Wow. The great counter to Roach, I shouldn't say counter, but a good way to actually deal with them a little bit better than Zealots. Cool. Bischu, he's again taking a gigantic advantage right here. Even though he will probably be cleaned up right now, just the fact that he's baiting this many roaches, the drone saturation was actually messed up a little bit. Income tab showing 38 to 42. That's not good for Zerg. And the fact that the third base just now got up yet again.
Yeah, Sheth, Queen.
Yeah, Sheth is in a pretty bad position. My goodness. And look, oh my God, the worst part about it all, he doesn't have full saturation on those guys. No, I'm just kidding, guys. I'm just kidding. I'm just being a...
Yeah, on the main.
A cheeky monkey. Okay. Don't tell me it's in the natural too.
No,
oh my God.
He's all right. Sheth's starting to collect himself, saying, okay, well, that was kind of annoying. The thing that did save him is that Sheth has these 2 Zerglings out by the top center expansion to kind of like monitor any kind of War Prism play. So that was a very key thing that Sheth does, and he's still aware of it. And he does have to be wary of the fact that Bischu has 4 sentries in this War Prism. But I mean, Sheth really shouldn't be able to.
Now, okay, here's a tough position, by the way. Sheth could actually be warped, or excuse me, segmented out from the bottom ground as well. So Sheth definitely needs to keep an eye on that. But for the most part, Bischu just being super annoying with this one War Prism. Yeah. Just maintaining a lot of space. And look at where all the units are. It means they're not actually out in the field. It allows Bischu to actually move out like this and not worry about some sort of counter or some sort of huge surround.
Yeah, and I want to kind of commend Sheth for holding the way he did and still able to get really decent drone saturation at this point. But his job's not done yet, and one thing that has been kind of good for Sheth, that even though he took a hit in his actual resource gathering between his queens and drones, he actually has some pretty decent tech developed that he's going to get infestors out with pathogen glands. That's actually significantly helpful against Zealots. To be able to keep them in place. But, I mean, will he be able to get the Infestors out in time? After having flashbacks to the Vive target game with the Infestors pop in time, I don't know. They might pop straight into the army of the Immortals and Stalkers.
Oh, no. And that's not good. Frodan, I think Sheth is dead.
He gave up his ramp. And Sheth tried to buy too much time for his Infestors. Infestors about to pop as well. A couple of Infestors can't even get up the ramp, and more Warpins from Bischu. Very nice Warp Prison play from our Swedish Protoss player, Sheth, grabbing some of those units with the fungal, but realistically, he can't even access it. There's just too much freedom for the Protoss army to reign. Another nice fungal capturing more of the sentries. Oh, wow, actually the sentries that have energy need to be protected a little bit better by Bischu, but great job thus far, and Sheth really can't approach his ramp.
He can't. He loses the lair. He loses the spawning pool and probably the evolution chamber, not before +2 is going to be finished for the missile attack. But again, a couple of roaches are going to be picked off here. And that is actually gigantic compared to the size of Sheth's army.
Yeah.
Sheth really doesn't have much substance to his army. And it's unfortunate because even those infestors don't have a lot of energy. Look at this, Bischu just moving down.
Keep him on the ramp, but it doesn't even matter, doesn't have energy really. Oh, 3 infestors pop from behind. He needs to drop those fungals in succession, trying to pull his drones as well. The last stand of Sheth. Will Bischu break through? This is a very heavy 2-base all in, but it is very pretty, very beautifully executed. As Bischu is locking down every avenue, making sure to protect his core immortal that has 12 kills at this point and counting at this point. Sheth has no real answer, only drones left to kind of hide in the corner. GG and good games. Bischu with a 2-0 victory over Sheth, one of the stalwarts in the North American Star League.
You know, that's something I've been saying about gateway expansions that's so powerful. You're able to put on a little bit earlier of pressure. And not only that, you don't actually need that +1 or +2 or +1 armor to be successful with Sentry Immortal. And no, that wasn't really Sentry Immortal, but it was Gateway plus Immortals, which is powerful in and of itself. The main DPS to defend against roaches are coming from your Immortals. And then after that, Zealots are more than fine at tanking damage and dishing out damage against Zerglings. So if you go with that, you're good. Infestor's the only thing that can kill it, but he did continuous damage throughout the game to really stop Sheth from getting Infestors out.
I want to ask you a hypothetical. Do you think that would have worked as well if they were cross positions as opposed to closer by air, quote unquote?
Well, it all comes down to the fact that Sheth lost his third base super early. And whatever aggression you're going to do directly after that, you're limited in gas. If I force you to actually use that gas and use your tech, what I'm doing is stopping you from actually using your third base or even saturating that third base. And that's where it's actually getting pretty critical. You can't get your amazing upgrades. You have to go on roaches. You have to get glial reconstitution. And what you really want, perfect scenario, is the game starts when infestors are out.
Tough loss for Sheth, but you know what? It's only week 1. Bischu now has $150 in his pocket and a 2-0 map score for week number 1. Thank you to iBuyPower, the PC company that helps power our broadcast each and every day of the week. If you want your own pre-assembled PC, go to iBuyPower.com. We're halfway down to the night week. Lots more action, more segments coming at you. Our next series will be Hwangson versus Thorzane. So hang tight. We'll be back in just a quick commercial. So don't go anywhere.
Don't go anywhere.